Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say the first question. So when going to like SLE summits and like CFCC meetings and all of like the organization retreats and everything, one thing I found out while going through all this like through the 4 years is that everyone, when we go to like a e-board meeting with other organizations, we find out that they really look up to us and like they like our foundation and they ask us like even though we're a big organization, how do we keep our members like how do we retain everybody? So with that, do you plan on keeping this foundation, or is there a way you want to change it or implement it in any way you want to?
Changing the
like
way that
the
people.
content program, or like the interns, or any way of retaining those members.
Oh, so like getting more membership involvement. Oh, so one of my goals this year is to get more membership involvement in like other decisions, meaning like I want to have like more open e-board meetings. So like I know we had one like this past week to get people to see how an e-board meeting works, but I feel like starting at the beginning where it's kind of just where we are like talking about issues about like, oh, so what do you think we should do for third gen? You know, kind of having that membership input is also a good background for eBoard to have. Is that? Yes.
My second question is my hardest time in being president was my first year when I was in last year when we had the friendship games
Alumni thing.
the alumni thing. Yeah, so that was like, and that was the first time being president, so like I didn't have any experience with that and didn't know what to expect. So like with that, like I want to ask like what type of leader you are, like you the type of leader. For example, I said like, are you the driver in a car? Are you like the driver that like does stuff firsthand, or are you the what's it called, the front seat driver,
yeah.
passenger? Are you the front seat passenger? That navigates or like tells the driver like what's up, or are you just like a passenger that just enjoys the view?
Well, since I did have a leadership position as cultural director this year, I did see how my leadership skills were improved. I think with me, depending on the situation, I really need to be at the forefront, like learning all aspects of it, and then also because eBoard is supposed to make those decisions together, like I feel like I need to be really transparent with those decisions before I just kind of like just go with it. So I feel like I could be. Wait, the net. Wait. Yeah. Yeah. So I do see myself as the driver just because I know that leading, you need someone that you can trust will be able to go into it knowing that they have a strong foundation upon them. And but I also don't want to be the one who just makes decisions without really thinking about it and just doing, like not making selfish decisions that I think that should be made. It's more of me being the driver that will listen to the nagging person and then take those and then really reflect upon the bigger picture and how to get to that goal in the most efficient and best possible way. Yeah. Time has always been my biggest, I guess, my worst enemy. Just because I do like to involve myself in a lot of things, and I kind of spread myself thin because I feel so strongly about everything and I want to do it. And this year that kind of set me back with school. And I want to take this position as like the forefront of what I want to do and just really like implement the time management things that I did learn, but I just kind of forgot along the way as cultural director. And then it's also just being able to communicate like what is actually happening with me, because a lot of times I would be in a really sticky situation and I kind of just would make an excuse and not like really have eBoard know like what is going on. And it's up to eBoard to trust me that I will be transparent with them if I want them to be transparent with me. And that's the only way that we can make ourselves stronger and more cohesive as an executive board. Yes.
Okay, so let's say you catch wind of eBoard members at a disagreement. How would you
I'd probably raise the issue at hand, and then depending on the situation, like if it's like to like one decision over another, I would probably have each person like do like a pro and con list that they could see both sides of the story, and then if it gets to like a heated point, I would like have like I wouldn't want them to be like yelling at each other. Of course not. Like I think we would just probably need to have like a sit down and then not like I guess be the mediator between the two, or if it's more than one e-board member, then I would call like for an emergency executive board meeting just so that everyone can be involved and that all the input can be implemented just so that they don't feel like they're being ganged up upon. So it's like we have the whole executive members like choosing, focusing on the problem and what will actually help resolve the problem. Okay. Yeah.
So one of the jobs of the president is to meet up with the rest of the board. If there was a time of conflict within the board where you see that one board member is not living up to the expectation of the rest of the board, how do you plan on going about talking to that person quickly?
Well, I know like Sherry did the one-on-ones with each e-board member and just trying to check up on the person, so I want to really implement that. And then also having like a midway point check with everyone where they can write like what they, or like having kind of like an evaluation. So like each member, like we have like all the positions and then you write your your pros and deltas of what you thought that the person has done well upon, and then giving those anonymously obviously to the e-board member, and then like having them really look at like what they did really good upon and then like what they might have a chance to improve. And if it's just like a specific person, then obviously I would probably like try to set up like a one-on-one and then just see what's going on, because it might not just be that they're not interested. It's just because like something might come up with like family or something, and just really getting to the root of the problem and like seeing how comfortable they are with sharing with me to see if like maybe eBoard can help.
So next year you're student year.
Yeah.
You will be busy with other things like the capstone and messaging and capstone. So and then you also have to look over all of the songs. So similar to Paul, how do you deal with stress?
I actually made the decision to not be active in my sorority next year, just because I know that it's really difficult for me to be in two places at once. But time management wise, I think this year I focused a lot on deadlines that could have been made earlier or things that I could have delegated more. And with me, it's just knowing that to utilize my time in the most possible way. So seeing if I can like multitask on one thing rather than like I'm like a perfectionist too when it comes to like certain projects. So just really taking into consideration what needs to be done at that moment and then seeing what can be progressed to later on, or if I can start like a committee for it. So like my time, it is precious to me, but then if I want to do something, then I will do it because it's important that it needs to be good, because who else can do it, Yeah. Oh, sorry. Wait, what do I want to gain? That's a good question. I guess just because I never did see myself as president, I guess just seeing how different it'll be with this like position of being the face of Kasamahan. I just really want to be able to represent us well, and then have the membership actually like look at me that they trust me to be there for them when they need to be. I guess just what I am hoping for is just a good year, that making sure that everyone can, everyone feels safe, everyone like will have fun, everyone will like remember the Kasamahan experience as something that will like not as like a bad experience, but something that they can keep and like can continue on for the next couple of years. Like I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, because I'm behind, like, you know, shun me or something. Like I just, my goal is just to have like a more fun, not more fun, because it was an awesome year with you. I'm just saying like, you know, like continue the fun all year round. Okay.